focus only on what you can control. It just so happens to be that the key to weight loss is the key to a happy life. Now, it's true that if you focus only on what you can control, you're going to complain less. You'll be less stressed. You'll be less bothered by things. Because you're going to find that when you put your thoughts and your energy into things that you can make a difference in, into things that you have some control to change or influence, then you're going to realize and you're going to start to focus on those things. And when you focus on things that you have control over, you're just going to be overall happier, because you're not going to be thinking about things like how you can't control the weather, so why would you complain about that? You can't control the traffic, so why are you going to complain about that? You can control your thoughts, your words, and your actions. So if there's anything outside of that, that's outside of your circle of control. Now, there are things that you have influence over. We have influence to, try to persuade someone, with our thoughts, words, and our actions. But we can't change anyone's mind. Or we don't have the power to change anyone's mind. We don't have the power to decide anything for anyone but ourselves. So instead of complaining about a situation, you could do something to make it better. If you can't do anything to make it better, then you shouldn't put thoughts or energy into it. You can't control if a coworker brings donuts or soda, but you can control whether you consume it. You can control whether you accept it. You can control how you deny the snack. You could be rude. You could politely say no thanks. You have the control. You have more options than you think. Okay, I know sometimes these situations are hard. This isn't to say that they're easy. If you focus on what you have power over, you're going to feel so much more powerful. If you're surrounded by a room full of just all this sweet, sugary cakes, candy, soda, greasy food that you know isn't good for you, does that mean you have to eat it? Because it's near you? Does it mean you have to eat it? Because you're hungry? Does that necessarily mean that you have to eat those things? No, you don't. You have the option to choose. If you're surrounded up in that room, you're at a party, you're at a gathering, you have your goals in mind. Let's say you don't want to eat those things. You really don't want to. So you have options. You can search for something that's better alternative, or you can do the hard thing and just not eat anything at all. You have the power. You have the choice. That's something that you have control over. You can't control whether someone brings it to you or not, but you can control whether you eat it or not. Okay? Same thing with the weather. Let's say you had plans to go for a morning or evening walk, and the weather just so happens to ruin your plans. What could you do from that point on? You could choose to let it, just decide for you, and you could just choose to not do anything. But you have other options as well. You could get creative. You could just walk around the house, doing high knees. You could do the exercises that you know. You can search online for exercises to do at home. Even YouTube is a good thing to follow along some exercises. You have options. There's things we can't control our circumstances, but we can control how we respond to the circumstances. We can't control the events that happen around us, but we can control how we respond to the events that happen around us. Between every event or circumstance, there is a gap between that and your time to choose. Just because something happens doesn't mean you have to do something. You have the power to choose. That freedom is your choice. You should put all your energy and focus into what you can control. And that's your thoughts, your words, and your actions. You have the power over your mind. If there's thoughts that are coming into your head that you don't want, that you don't like, that you don't enjoy, you have the power to think of something else. That's a good time to catch yourself. Just think of the good things that make you happy. You could just move, do some exercise, get your body moving. You can do something to get those thoughts out of your mind. You can read something, you can watch something to put you in a happy mood. You have power over your thoughts and your attitude. You can choose to focus on what you see around you. In any situation, you could find something wrong with anything. But if you choose to look for the good, if you choose to look for something positive, that will change your outlook. And you have the power to do that. That's something you have control over. You control what you see. You control what you think of. You have the power over your mind. You don't have power over any outside events or circumstances. Focus on what you control. Not only will you lose weight, but you will just be happier. You'll find yourself complaining less. You'll be less stressed. Focus on what you control. That's the key to a happy life.